Okay, and we're back speaking with Larry Sinclair, who has made allegations of gay sex and drug use. So you saw the senator use crack 3 times in the limo that night.
Yes, sir. Jeff, can I say something real quick?
Sure, Larry.
Listen, I need to respond to something because the gay sex and a lot of other people have sent nasty messages. I never had any intentions of coming forward with any sexual allegations against Barack Obama.
Okay.
But in order for them to understand how I knew and how I saw him doing the crack, it had to come out. I couldn't just come out and say, oh, why, by the way, we're here and I saw him smoke. So I just want to make that understood because there's a lot of people out there who are saying, why would you put this man's family through that? Because it happened. You know, and it's the only way he's going to even come out and just acknowledge the fact that he was using the drugs.
Did he act like he knew what he was doing when he was using it?
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind he knew what he was doing.
I don't mean he was doing something he didn't know about, but did it appear to you that he had been, shall we say, commonly involved with this kind of practice, if that's the right word?
I can't, I'm not going to put myself in the position to say, yes, I would say that he was a daily user because I won't do that. I will say that he definitely knew how to put a crack rock in a glass cylinder.
All right. Very good. All right. You had another encounter with him shortly thereafter. A couple of days, I guess?
It was the next day or the day after he had showed up at my hotel room. And we're going to have to actually get through this really fast because my battery on the phone is going dead.
Go ahead.
It actually kind of shocked me because I hear a knock on my hotel room door, and I go to open it, and to my surprise is standing Mr. Barack Obama. I invited him in.
Can you name the name of the hotel, please?
Yes, it was the Comfort Inn and Suites in Gurnee, Illinois, which is just outside of Chicago and Great Lakes.
You remember the room number?
No, I don't.
Long time ago. I understand.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, and I've actually tried to get the folio from the hotel, and they delete their records, I guess they say, every 2 years or so.
All right, if you went there, could you find the room again?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
But Choice Hotels Internationals do still have the folio records from the stay because of my membership in their frequent guest program, and they have provided them.
All right, very good. So he knocks on your door. What time of day was this?
It was in the early evening. I can't give you an exact hour.
Had he called you first, or was this a surprise?
No, this was a total surprise to me.
All right.
He showed up. He brought another packet, which I still had some from the first packet that he had bought for me.
Of regular Coke, not crack.
Right.
Okay.
But I had put down the line, and he had pulled out another packet with the crack, and he had pulled out the glass cylinder again. And he started smoking. I had done 2 lines. And he, at that time, this sexual act was actually initiated by him, not by me. I guess it was what most people would call a quickie. And it was less than 2 hours, hour and a half at the most from the time he showed up to the time he left.
All right. When he left, what did he say?
He just said he had a good time and that he hoped I would see him again whenever I came back to Chicago, and I told him I would like that.
All right. At no time during your 2 alleged visits with him, did he discuss politics or issues of public substance?
Not at all. Not at all. And that's what I can't seem to get people to understand because they're saying, why did you sit on this so long? You knew he was involved in state politics. I didn't live in Illinois. I had no idea he was involved in state politics. When I did become aware of the fact that he was involved in state politics, it wasn't that much of an issue with me. I've seen politicians from the local level to the U.S. government level that have been involved in some freaky things. I'm sure. All we have to do is read the mainstream media, and we'll see these things quite often, too often, in fact. When did you become aware of the fact that he was a famous public servant? Actually, when I saw the speech from the 2004, or what was it, the 2004 Democratic Convention.
And that was it. That hit you. What was your reaction?
Well, I said, well, there goes another one. I mean, my God, you're talking about someone that still remembers the Jeanneret story, the Gary Hart You know, I mean, there's been many. You know, it's not something that is so unique that it would stop you and make you think. I mean, it did to me going, well, hey, at least I got one notch on my belt, so to speak, but I didn't look at it that way. I didn't care. But I do care, and like I said, the sex thing is not the issue with me. The issue is I'm watching this man campaign for the highest office in this country, and when someone brings up his drug past, they're being accused of being racist or being unfair, and the only thing I've ever asked him to do was simply be honest about it. Don't come out and be half honest about it. Don't tell half the story. Don't make it look like you were a confused teenager, and then when you graduated college, all of a sudden you had a reawakening.
Do you think a man can be gay and still serve the country in a capacity that would not present a national security risk?
Do I personally think
yes.
that? Yes. Do I think or have I ever implied that Obama was gay? No. Bisexual? Yes. Gay? That's a question I would not, attempt to answer because there is a distinct difference between the two.
I don't want to get into this, but one wonders where you draw the line. Does one homosexual act make someone a homosexual or bisexual? I guess it does. It make them a bisexual, but when do they become gay? That's a very interesting question, which we'll leave perhaps for another time. The issues involved here obviously will entail your past. You are fully aware that your past is going to leave you wide open for any number of character assassination attacks and attempts. How committed are you, Larry? I mean, you're on the program tonight. I can answer that fairly well, but I have to ask the question anyway. How far are you prepared to go with this? Congressional testimony?
I'm prepared to go as far as it takes for him to just simply come out and tell the truth. I mean, I've already put everybody I have spoken to has already, they got my past out of my mouth before they ever pulled it up from a background check, okay? So I have nothing to hide. I know what I've done in my lifetime. Anything that I've done that I am guilty of, I've always said so. I've never hidden behind any excuses for any of my actions.
You're not saying you're an angel by any means either.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. I'm a human being that did some stupid things when I was younger, just like most people did. Maybe I did them just a little longer, but the simple fact of the matter is I have put my entire background on the line on this. So, I mean, there is no turning back. Because if I do, then it's just going to let these people feed off and say, oh, well, this person's an idiot. He's out for attention. I don't need this kind of attention.
Worshiping the Lord.